Right, go.
Yeah, alright. Once upon a time, there was a couple who went on holiday to Paris. However, when they arrived at the airport, Charles de Gaulle, they found out that they had been hacked. They found out that they had been hacked. The next day, the couple, they had to phone their bank. Their bank had been hacked. Someone had hacked into their account. It would be a remarkable turn of events if this couple were able to sort this out. This was a very serious situation. What happened to them? Later that evening, the couple had dinner at the hotel. They had a really lovely dinner. However, what would happen next would be extraordinary. There were some dangerous men who had Eastern European accents, who were from the Slovakian area. They were very dangerous, and the French authorities detained the Slovakian men. The next day, the couple who were from the Merseyside area, they visited the buildings in Paris. However, it wouldn't go right for the right reasons. One of them collapsed. However, they seemed okay. They were able to look around the museum. The following day, they went to the Parc des Princes, the home of Paris Saint-Germain. They went on a football tour and looked around the football ground. They took some photos from the stadium. Later that evening, they went to a restaurant in the city centre. They had spare ribs before they would settle down for the night at the hotel where they were staying, so they would play some card games. The following day, the couple, they went shopping in the city centre. They bought some clothes from H&M. Later that evening, they had some food in the hotel. They had sausage and mash. Bangers and mash. Later that evening, they went in their room to watch some television. What would happen next would be nothing short of extraordinary. 3 masked men tried to take the cash from the reception. However, the masked men weren't finished yet. They tried to take some items from the couple's bedroom, but the security guard would grab onto the 3 masked men and escort them out of the hotel. However, the 3 masked men tried out of the hotel. However, the 3 masked men tried getting back in and out of nowhere. They just came back into the hotel. The security they phoned the French authorities. And the French authorities were very quickly on the scene. The 3 masked men, who were named André van der Schat, Jean Mathieu and Alexandre Mathieu. The next day, they were arrested. They would have to go to court. They would learn how long they would face in prison. They would sit in the court. Judge Stefano Wright, wanted to hear both sides of the story. He decided to adjourn the court until tomorrow. The following day, they returned to court, and Judge Stefano Wright wanted to hear the evidence from the couple, who were named as Dale Scott and Helen O'Scott. They spoke and they said the 3 masked men had gone in their bedroom and asked where the safe was, and they asked them to leave. Late that afternoon, Stefano Wright adjourned the court for the day. He wanted to have a think, and wanted time before he would decide how long to sentence the 3 people for robbery. The next day, Stefano Wright asked the men to stand up. He gave them 25 years in prison. They went in their police cars. The next day, however, it would all turn crazy. The 3 masked men tried getting out of the police car, but they failed. They were put in their prison cells. The next day, the couple, they had some Guinness. They decided they would go clubbing, and they would enjoy the night before they would fly back to John Lennon Airport. They both lived in the Liverpool area. The next day, the couple flew back to John Lennon Airport. They would arrive back into Liverpool. Then they would drive back to Liverpool. However, it wouldn't go right for the right reasons. There was someone following them. It all started to get really personal. They tried not to look behind, but instead phoned Merseyside police. They managed to trace down the person who was following the couple back to their home in the Wirral area. It would start to get Moritan. It would start to get heated for not the right reasons. They would get in confrontation with some teenagers who were making really personal remarks. Those teenagers were causing so much problems for the locals who lived in Liverpool. The next day, the couple looked around some shops and they noticed something really suspicious. They saw someone shoplifting without paying for their shopping. Suddenly, it all started to get really tense. The workers who worked at the shop were really scared. Suddenly, the people who were working the shop in Liverpool, it all started to get really heated. The person who was shoplifting was on the run. They headed on the train towards Manchester. I think it's Manchester Piccadilly. However, they would get detained and they would get arrested. The person who was shoplifting, they would go to Liverpool Crown Court, and they would find out how long they would be in prison. How long they would face in prison for. The next day, the judge asked the shoplifting suspect to stand up. He would get a minimum of 35 years in prison. The suspect who was named as Drew O'Sullivan. who was aged between 18 and 20, who was aged 18, who was shoplifting in the newsagents. He was given 35 years in prison by Judge Alex Williams. Alex L. Williams. But what happened next this would be short of extraordinary. Drew O'Sullivan escaped from prison. However, he wouldn't get very far at all. He would get rearrested and would spend a further 45 years in prison for trying to break out of prison. The next day, the couple, they would buy some tickets to watch Liverpool play. Liverpool play Everton in the Merseyside derby. Later that evening, they took the bus to Anfield. But what would happen next would be short nothing short of extraordinary. Some people tried to comfort them, however, they stood it off. Suddenly, in a turn of events, the couple that were being followed, it all started to get it started to get all a bit too much for them. Luckily for them, everything started to be okay, and there wasn't any further trouble on the way to Anfield. Later that evening, they settled down for the night after they had been to Anfield to watch Liverpool play Everton. Suddenly, when they got back to their house, they realised something looked wrong. They saw that someone had got into their house and that they had taken some valuable items that had belonged to them. The end examination yet we're done.
Sam, what was the football score of the Liverpool-Everton match?
2-0 to Liverpool.